Having problems feeling grateful for something, a situation, a circumstance, a condition. Perspective is an amazing way to help you shift into gratitude quickly. Hi, I'm Michelle Dominique, certified health coach. So I've been talking a lot about and posting pictures about uh, settling my daughter in for her semester out of the country and all of the things and being able to go with her and do all of that and fabulous and wonderful and da 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 da. So as I was journaling this morning, I've recently returned. To my surprise, I'm journaling this trip and walking through and her anxieties and talking her through and how she, has settled in and I'm so excited about that. But in the course of journaling, which is why journaling is such a beautiful thing, I started processing. If you don't know what processing means, it is the self version of counseling, where you're talking things through yourself. You're going deep within yourself. And so, to my surprise, I started processing. And I help clients process all the time to get to the next level and also to understand complicated family relationships. And that's where my processing happened today. As I'm talking about all of the things that I was experiencing, my daughter's across the Atlantic. It would take me a day and lots of planes to access her. And so the fears around there that I didn't speak about, uh, wondering all the things that parents wonder on a regular day. What's she gonna eat? Is she gonna eat fast food the entire time she's there? Which fast food there is a whole lot different. Whew. But all the parent things and the scary things. Is she gonna go into anxiety? Um, is she going to get the blues? Is she going to eat right? If she doesn't eat right, she will go into anxiety because her body won't be nourished. Not much about safety because it was very safe there. I was amazed. But just all of the parental things, right? And as I'm writing these things down, immediately what popped in my head was something I never acknowledged from that point of view. From that point of view, it brought me back to when I was leaving for college. Being from Louisiana and then going all the way to Howard, Washington, D.C. No one in my family had ever been to Washington, D.C. No one that I know had ever gone to school that far away. And so back then, my mother was more like, why do you have to go to school all the way out there? There are a ton of schools here, which in New Orleans, there are a ton of universities in New Orleans. Why did you have to go all the way out there? I don't understand. And in my teenage mind, it was just another example of her trying to hold me back and not being supportive. And in my teenage mind, yes, but in many years, I have said that over the years. In fact, um, although I had gained some perspective already, even recently, I never got a lot of support in the area of my family. Not like that's a bad thing, but they never held me back, but I didn't get a lot of support and all the things that you tell yourself. But it wasn't until today when my perspective changed and I was the parent having to release my daughter, my offspring, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone, the only one, the one who made me mommy, out into the world, the big world, for real, for real. Did my perspective change? Click. to my mother and what it must have felt like. Now, granted, Howard was still in the United States, but from Louisiana to Washington, D.C. is a 24-hour drive. I know I've made it several times, right? So to her, it could have well been across the Atlantic. And I began to realize, in a way I've never had before, it's not my first time processing this, in a way that I've never processed this before, though, I began to realize that was fear talk. That was the talk of a protector, a provider who was taken out of their place. She couldn't see how she would protect and provide for me in this environment for which she had no point of reference. Wow, that's so much different than she trying to hold me back. She don't understand me. This is why I got to go out on my... Well, that happened. Perspective. Having a full spectrum panoramic perspective can make you change the way you thought. Doesn't make it right or wrong. If someone offended you, it doesn't let them off the hook. But perspective can offer you a whole different way of thinking about things. Think about it. Try it out. Let me know in the comments. What thing today, after hearing this story, can you change your perspective about?